Hey Taurus, what is up? Thank you for showing up to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the third week of May. Make sure to take what resonates, leave what don't, and check your sun, moon, and rising. Okay. So, what's going on for you? Is in the beginning of this week, you're going to notice that there's some things you really want to change. You want some new cycles. You want some new things to happen for you, basically. And you're really unsure how you're going to manifest it. And so right now, you want to get away from feeling desperate to have a particular type of answer or a particular type of lifestyle. And there's certain things you just want to like not do anymore. You're like, fuck this, I'm going to quit, you know. And then there's but then there's a part of you that's like, oh no, or maybe I should stick it out a little longer. If I stick it out a little longer, then it'll work out, you know. But that is something you're basically contemplating about a lot. And there are some new projects with some people that didn't work out. And I think it's because, with this, there's a lot of what do you call it? Like codependency tendencies, basically. Doesn't mean you are, it just means it's like a tendency. Sometimes when we're stressed out, we get, we fall into one of those like unstable attachment styles. And so you're starting to notice like, wow, there's certain people that I know that they're awesome. I know that they're cool. It's just you got so focused on whatever their unhealthy attachment style is. And that allowed for a lot of like issues and secrets and thinking, you know, false personhood. So basically, and if this isn't you, then it can be someone you're dealing with, but because sometimes readings can be vice versa, is a thing. So yeah, what's going on with this, because it's like two different energies. What's going on with this is like there are some projects that did not work out with certain people. They might have been dependent to certain things. So maybe they drink a lot, or they smoke a lot, or they play video games too much, or whatever it is. Because you can become addicted to anything or codependent to a substance, basically, right? Like, if I don't have my, drink at night, I get super annoyed. Like, so it makes them look, so you're not seeing like, either you're not seeing them for who they are because of the substances they are addicted to, or you don't see them clearly because you're focusing too much on their light and not on the issues like the dependency to certain substances. And basically how that manifests is like, one is like rose-colored glasses. It's like, oh yeah, this person's so cool, it's just they drink too much sometimes. Or vice versa, oh, that person, I can't stand them because they drink too much and they're probably like such an asshole. It's like one of those kind of things. So either you or someone else in your energy is feeling that. And so coming out of that desperate feeling of loss that drives people to become addicted to certain substances is something you're going to be seeing. You're going to notice like, oh wait, like life is real, and I see why people get driven to do these types of things. Or I know why I've even been driven to do these types of things, right? It's like, oh, I see it now. And that will help you once you have that. So having compassion for yourself and others in that sense, understanding like, yeah, if we're too judgmental on how life should be, then a lot of times it sometimes creates a shadow effect. So there's certain people who are such crusaders in one area in their life, but they're falling down in others. Why? Because no one's perfect. You got to have some kind of weakness. but understanding that duality in people, right? Like, no one is all good or all bad most of the time. So, but if you view certain people as you're putting them on a pedestal and you think they're just so cool, you can't see the other not so great things, or you're seeing someone so low and putting yourself on a pedestal, you're not understanding how easily it is to fall off a pedestal and end up down there, right? Which makes it easier for someone to do the same, because that judgmentalness that you have for those people, when you're down there, you're going to judge yourself the same way. So making sure that you're seeing people clearly is going to be important for you at this time. Understanding, like, yeah, like sometimes that's life, you know. But then how do you want to deal with that, okay, is going to change throughout the week. There is some type of joy, enthusiasm that you want to go towards a disloyal person, basically. And what's going on is because even though this person doesn't seem very loyal, they have something to teach you. Or it's vice versa. Someone might not see you as loyal, and you have something to teach them. Oh, 333. Yeah, so staying put, not trying to do no new stuff, is going to help you get to a better relationship with either some friends or some loved ones, and or lovers, there you go. That will help you kind of basically, once you see this duality and be able to see people clearly for who they are, with the good, the bad, and the ugly, it will lead you to a lot more genuine friendship and love experiences, because you're able to not judge people as harshly, but then also not judge yourself as harshly, and knowing that people's worth is not connected to what they have or their skills or what they can do. It's about their overall essence and being. So from there, you'll see that working on yourself or having your own stability is going to be something that you just have. In your Taurus, you rule over the phrase. Your phrase is "I have," right? So you're going to be in that Taurus, like, I have all the things. And you're not going to want to study too much up on anything else, basically. You're going to understand what it is that you have and be appreciative of it, and also grateful for what it is that you do have, even though it might not have been so clear before. Okay. So yeah, so when it comes to the things that you're worried about manifesting, they're not going to come to you because of your fear and attachment to it. These new cycles that you want to bring forth, that is coming up in the beginning of the week, yeah, it's not complete, it's left undone, it's unfinished, all kinds of unfinished business right there. Now, what I am seeing though is, again, with that energy of not wanting to start anything new with someone who, again, dependent on certain things, false person narrative, you're going to notice that you're coming out of a lot of the pain and anguish that it caused you, or that person is coming out of the pain and anguish that it caused them. Again, through this healing and then this joy that's going to be brought from that healing. And maybe not completely healed, but in a sense of like, I get it now. Right? You're going to have more of a, oh, okay, I get it. Now, when you do have this realization about the friends and, oh, I could have what I want, there is this Knight of Cups in reverse, and I don't know, it's funny, okay, maybe I should show it to y'all. But yeah, it's right under the Lover's card. So when I was saying about, you're gonna have that sentimental value, you get, a friendship or a love interest is going to be strengthened, because again, you understand them better, then yeah, they're saying also how you approach them. Watch how you approach people basically in this time. Yeah. But what do you mean how you approach them? Hold up. And for some of y'all, it's probably not romantic a lot of times. Because with this guy, he's kind of like a brilliant person who can seduce people. Okay, so thank you, Spirit. It's two sides to this. Okay, so one group, it's working on strong foundations with your stability with your friends. For others, there's going to be a few people where it is a sexual magnetism that you're having with a romantic interest. And so when it comes to like if you're already with the person or you're getting together or you're just talking right now, whatever that is, basically it's like, yeah, stay put in this. This is a good thing. You're gonna learn a lot from that romantic interest. For the others of you, it's gonna be more about building your relationships, finalizing your foundations, making sure if this is a house, your foundation is cute. The first floor is cute. We're working on the second floor, right? You're just building upon, and it's making you feel really good. You're committed to it. You're committed to having this genuine, fruitful experiences with friends, even family. But yeah, this is looking good. Okay, so let's see what the fairies want to say. Let's see what the fairies got to say. Okay. So, so going back to that thing you tried to manifest and it didn't work out, you didn't get it. What the issue there is self-reliance. Again, feeling stable within yourself, feeling like your worth is not tied to what you have. It's not tied to what you do. It's in the being of yourself. Just you being yourself, basically. And because it came out covering. So yeah, and I like this card because it looks like she's hugging herself. Like, give yourself the things that you need that you want other people to give you, that kind of thing. Self-reliance, self-love. So here we got kindness. So yeah, so kindness fell right over all this bullshit with the whole false personhood stuff. So yeah, with kindness, it means practice kindness with yourself and others. So again, if you're ready to like pop off at people, might not be the best time. Might be a time to be like, ooh, I get this is why people act like this. And then also to yourself, if you're like, because sometimes, that's what's so hard about judging people is like you will judge yourself just as hard. So being kind to yourself, like, okay, I've been working on this thing, it worked out, but I didn't do it today. That's okay. When people say like talk to yourself like a friend, it's funny because if you're kind of a mean friend, then talking to yourself like a friend is not going to help you. So talk to yourself like a loving friend. Talk to your actual friends like a loving friend. You know what I mean? It's more like that. And Taurus, y'all be like fiercely protective and shit, so I understand it, but remember, like, that protection sometimes is defense. So make sure to use kindness as a way to help lower those defenses so you can have more vulnerable, genuine connections with people, basically. And then towards the end here with that stability and growing that friendship, yeah, feeling safe. So I think the big thing is knowing that you're safe. No matter what situation that you're in, you can always make yourself feel safe in the situation. Because a lot of times we do some of the worst things in life when we don't feel safe. That fearfulness of not feeling that way will, create some weird stuff. So make sure that you're using this time to feel safe within yourself. Understand that you're stable. And if you're not stable, this is definitely a time to see, but where are you stable? Focusing on what safety you do have. And then once you know what that is, then you can build upon, okay, but I also want to add safety in this. Like, someone can be financially secure, but they're not romantically secure. So if you're not secure, you don't feel safe. So if you're not romantically feeling safe or friendship feeling safe, you're not going to act right in those arenas. But if you say, yeah, I am, and I meet other safe people, and I do with these things, right? Oh, maybe my finances aren't together. I don't feel safe with that. But I do have very safe, loving relationships. Focus on, oh, okay, I do have these things. You're Taurus. You have these things. And you can have more things. All right? Once you already feel safe with them, then it's easier to attract it to yourself. Law of attraction move. Okay? So, that was good. I love you. I love me. I love us. I love we. I'll see you soon. Next week. For your next weekly reading. Bye.